Yo, what's up? This your boy Cortez G for hiphopalbumdebate.com. Alright, this debate topic is about which game album goes the hardest. Alright, let me just say this, man. I'm afraid, I'm really truly afraid that in 5-10 years from now, when the game name gets mentioned, we're not going to talk about the documentary, which is a classic. We're not going to talk about Doctor's Advocate, which is a classic. Which in fact he was able to create that album without Dr. Dre and 50 Cent, unlike his first album when he had both of them. Also, that was the album where he was written off because people didn't think he was going to be able to create another dope album without Dr. Dre and 50 Cent. But he proved everybody wrong. But we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about the G-Unite campaign. We're not going to talk about 300 bars and running, a track that's, in my opinion, is equivalent to Ether, No Vaseline, Takeover, Bridge is Over. The track where he went in on 50 Cent at a time where 50 was the biggest rapper in hip hop. Where at that time, G-Unit was a force to be reckoned with. I mean, the whole world was saying G-Unit. I mean, just that chant, that saying brought out the gangster in you. If you thought your ass was a gangster. G-Unit. Like, I'm ready to diss everybody on the internet right now. You know what I'm saying? But we're not going to talk about that, man. When it comes to the game, what you will hear about first is the shenanigans, the BS. The 1 minute, I don't have a problem with 50 Cent. And then the next minute, fuck 50 Cent. 1 minute, I don't have a problem with Jay-Z. Then the next minute, it's fuck Jay-Z, fuck Memphis Bleak, fuck Benny Siegel. 1 minute, he's pro-black. Next minute, he going in on Meek Mill. Like, never mind his impressive catalog. And that's not to say all his albums are classics, but the documentary and Doctor's Advocate clearly are classics. Now, LAX, that's up in the air. I mean, we probably should debate about that in the future. I don't know if that's a classic album or not. Definitely a dope album, but the first two definitely classics. But believe it or not, I feel like 1992 is a classic, but it won't get recognized as such because it took a side show. It was the side show to the main attraction. What was the main attraction? The bullshit between him and Meek Mill. See, we didn't get a chance to focus on this good quality album that had good concept, dope lyrics, the whole objective of the album was to take you back to 1992, and it did that. I mean, when I listened to the album, I felt like I was in the early 90s. Okay, but we won't focus on that because of the shenanigans. Now, to my understanding, or apparently, the whole diss towards Meek Mill was to promote the album, but he didn't have to do that. That was a dope album that didn't need all the extra. I mean, that was just a good quality album, but it got slept on because of the foolishness, the BS, you know. But to get back to the debate topic, which game album goes the hardest for me, I had to go with the documentary. And if y'all really know me, if y'all really rock with me, yeah, I usually go with the second album. If that artist came out with two dope albums back to back, the debut and the second album was dope, I usually go with the second one because it's a challenge to do a follow-up. I mean, it's a challenge to come out with a dope debut, don't get me wrong, but it's a bigger challenge to come out with a dope second album, an album that's just as dope as the first one, if not the second one. Let's see what you guys have to say. Jay says the documentary with Jesus Piece a close second. He also adds that everyone slept on Jesus Piece. Alright, my man Joey Forrest says the documentary was dope, but for me, I think the Doctor's Advocate is his best, my opinion. Alright, my man Roger says the Game is the only rapper I would ever compare to Tupac. Knows his hip-hop history from start to finish, paid respect to those before him, paid dues, held down the West Coast by himself for a decade, made it out the hood, shot 5 times in the chest and didn't lie about it, single-handedly destroyed G-Unit Empire with 300 bars and running. The shit on Doctor's Advocate is a fucking banger. Gary says the Red album was monstrous. Listen to it repeatedly. Alex says, bruh, the first 2 hands down. What the fuck kind of question is this? Adam says his first 3 are classics. Dominique, they all go in, 100. Kevin Williams says the documentary, Doctor's Advocate, Jesus Piece. I think the Game has put together solid albums and doesn't get his due. Willie De La Cruz says, I think Doctor's Advocate was his best work. He had a point to prove and he did. Last 2 albums were good also. Yo, this is your boy Cortez G for hiphopalbumdebate.com. Y'all stay checking for us, man. We're gonna keep those debate topics coming. Podcast is definitely coming. We've been screaming it for a while, but it's in the works. Just stick with us. It's gonna be dope and it's gonna be worth the wait. But until then, I'm signing off. hiphopalbumdebate.com, the site where the real debate goes on. Yeah. This is a My Music Passions company.